Hi, welcome to this video on Add Picklist Values in Strategy Mapper. Very powerful feature, lets you basically configure Strategy Mapper on how your business processes are, how your sales methodology, or what information you need to gather from your customers in their meetings or interactions with them to be successful, whether it's Opportunity Mapper, Account Mapper, or Meeting Mapper. These Picklist values are for those three different solutions within Strategy Mapper. So as you can see right now, I'm at Picklist values in the Meeting Mapper section right here. I will go over each object and if they have single or multiple fields and some definitions of the particular object. I do recommend that you go out to our website, pointintime.com, and look at the Strategy Mapper planning guide. Very comprehensive guide that will walk you through the entire planning process for Strategy Mapper. So the first object we'll look at is account milestones. These are things that have to happen in the account to be successful, and you can assign them to different individuals to do, put a to-do date. So it's very important for the account milestones. And there's only one field, which is account milestones. Kind of a troubleshooting guide. If you type in a value, save it after each object or each field. Make sure you save what you've just done. If you saved, you notice you go back and that is not saved, it was not saved, that is because more than likely there is a duplicate value in there. You just did not identify it. Remove that duplicate value, save it, and you're good to go. So that is account milestones. The next one we're going to look at is Actionable Intelligence. And in Actionable Intelligence, there are multiple fields. One being actions. What actions have been agreed upon by the meeting attendees out of the meeting? For example, complete a product RFI, install in production. Those are the actions. Budgeted project. Yes, no, not determined. Again, modify these Picklist values to really map Strategy Mapper to your business. And also in the objects, I will also identify which objects not to change here or just not to change at all. What decisions are coming out of the meeting? And are they going to be a referenceable customer? Yes, no, after deployment, put another comment. Next field we're going to look at is meeting attendee, or meeting event, I'm sorry. These can be selected when you use the task feature in Meeting Mapper to assign tasks to different individuals, and these are just your Picklist values, and there's just one field type. The next is meeting attendee, and the meeting attendee has multiple fields. First one is against. Why is somebody against? Almost as important or more important than why is somebody for. The next one is level of participation. Define a champion. Why is this person a champion? What have they done to earn that coveted role? Role, I do not recommend changing here. There is another way to do it through setup and the object itself, and that is in our setup and installation guide for Strategy Mapper on our website. Define for. Why is somebody for? What are they going to buy? What they say or do? Take some of the ambiguity out of forecasting when you know somebody's going to buy because they said or did one of these things. Stance, I do not recommend changing. These are our defined stance, and they'll have a color associated. If you do decide to add a new stance, that stance color will be pink by default. And pink represents no-show as a default color in Meeting Mapper. Customer buying process at the opportunity level. One field, which is the process. This is different than the account buying process. It could be different steps, or probably more steps in the opportunity than there is at the account. The next one is customer buying process. This is the account, and this is one field process. This is the account level. And when I create a customer buying process at the account, those will automatically be synced with any opportunity I create for that account, and I can modify inside of the opportunity. Customer initiatives. What initiatives am I identifying in the customer to be able to drive revenue? I can create an opportunity from an initiative right in Account Mapper. So this is very important when you have your strategic meetings with your customers. And it just has one field, two fields: initiative and time frame. Customer requirement. Right here, I would not recommend changing these. This is for when you choose Actionable Intelligence. I want to do the customer requirement, and you'll be able to pick from these selections. I would not recommend changing this. And there's two fields: product type and our solution. And our solution maps to scoring inside of Strategy Mapper. Challenge for the opportunity. So this is what challenges are you encountering or could you encounter in the opportunity? And one field of challenge. The next is challenge, and this is at the account level. So when I create a challenge at the account level, those will filter down into every opportunity mapper created for that account, because I may be the account owner, I may not own the opportunities, or I could own the opportunity and not the account, and that's some great information to be able to use when I'm inside of my opportunity. And there's just one field: challenge. The next is competitor. I can identify and list all my competitors here, where I can select them in the Picklist value, and it's just one field: competitor. Follow-up. Follow-up has some multiple values. This is what needs to happen after a meeting is completed. For example, send a thank you email, send a handwritten note, schedule next meeting, and how long after that. And then the other is how long type, and this can be days, hours. I would not recommend changing these two values. Meeting prerequisites: what has to happen before the meeting is executed. And this is based on a template, as is the meeting follow-ups. Meeting has several different fields. First one being conference type. What do you use? GoToMeeting, Hangout, Uber Conference. What do you use as a conference type? At objectives, I would not change this at this time. This just displays how many objectives will be displayed by default. The default number is good because you can add more in the template or in the meeting itself. Repeat is how often do you want to do a meeting if it's a reoccurring meeting. Score is not used anymore in Strategy Mapper. The stages, we actually bring those over from Salesforce, so there's really no reason to change them. Right here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change or modify. I just have to go ahead and delete and save it. And you can see when I go back into the stage that it is now updated with the correct stages. Table shape, I would not recommend changing these. These correspond to different icons in Strategy Mapper. And type meeting. This is very good to be able to determine, are you having a lot of demos? Are you having a lot of on-site? So this really tries to assist you and sales management and executives to what type of meetings are you having with your customers and prospects. Object is for future use in Strategy Mapper, or if you would like to use it now, please contact pointintime.com and we can assist you in this and fully explain this particular object. Objections has one field, and again, you can change. So what objections could you encounter in the opportunity or account? What obstacles? One field. Pain points within the account or opportunity. Your strengths and your weakness, and why buys. Again, very easy to modify or add any information to these pick lists. If you just want to add, just hit enter, type away, and hit save. Again, hit save after each field or object that you change. Again, I would highly recommend reviewing and using our Strategy Mapper Planning Guide, a very in-depth document to work through all the planning aspects of Strategy Mapper. Thank you. Have a great day.